Hey Zalivers, this is SuperZombGBBQ, and brothers and sisters, we are potentially about to have ourselves a little women's revolution in WWE SuperCard, but not just a revolution, but an evolution. Now, WWE SuperCard is one of the only games in WWE across the board that actually includes female superstars in the game, quite predominantly from the start of Season 1 all the way up to now. But they're kind of scarcely used still. They still have, despite being included in the Royal Rumble, having their own Elimination Chamber event, but they've not really used in all of the events, and even if they are, they're used quite scarcely, and it may be time for a little bit of an evolution or a little bit of a tweak up to add women into events, etc. And this might explain why suddenly we've had loads of packs, loads of events coming up, and lots of undercards featuring female competitors as undercards for different tiers like WrestleMania, Titan, Monster, etc. And we're going to talk about this in the video, as well as getting ourselves our Team Road to Glory reward, which just so happens to feature a WrestleMania 34 Sasha Banks. It also explains why the CP rewards have changed and why they've included a lot of female cards in packs that previously wouldn't have included them as well. We're going to talk about this in a lot more detail in a second, but before we get started, if you like this video, make sure you smash the like button with the biggest leg drop off of the Titantron. It's actually nice to see Sami Zayn on Raw refer to the video screen as the Titantron. I don't think anyone's really referred to it as that for a long time. And whilst you're there, make sure you press the big red button that says subscribe. If you're not subscribed, press it now. And don't forget to turn your notifications on whilst you're there so you don't miss a single video. But let's talk about this potential evolution, this potential big change which would explain a lot of the recent events with regards to lots of packs being thrown at us. We had the daily deal, the double daily, we had the, I'm sure there's going to be a triple daily, and now we've got ourselves Women's Revolution, which is a bit out of date. We should be Women's Evolution, but it doesn't matter. It includes all of the Women's Revolution superstars. I'm guessing this includes Bayley and Naomi. I don't know. It looks like it includes everyone who's from the original part of NXT who came up to WWE and changed the women's division forever, which was originally the Divas division. Now, one thing to talk about with SuperCard is it is one of the only games that really features women heavily. And you could argue it's easier to do on SuperCard than any other game, but for example, Mayhem Champions have never included female superstars in there. They may change that in the future, but for right now, there are no female superstars used. And it's a big focus of WWE right now to include lots of women superstars in their products, including, I would expect, their games as well. One that 2K does agree with, because WWE 2K18, 2K17, 2K19 even will have a huge emphasis on women's matches, but not only on the women who are in the game and the women's matches, but also legends, etc., and adding match types that you previously were not able to use for women into the game, which is obviously awesome. Now, the reason this ticks in my brain as to what might actually be going on here is we're due an update. There's a lot of things that have not changed in WWE SuperCard. For example, Ronda Rousey was added nearly 2.5 months ago to the tier. Still doesn't have a proc animation. A lot of the newer guys are adding the fusions, the Hall of Fames, the throwbacks. There is a lot of things that haven't been changed for a hell of a long time. And we're in debt for a big housekeeping update. And one of the biggest things they might be changing is how many, and this would explain why I've had all this women-focused events, etc. Some events that might be changing, maybe even potentially a brand new event. Alternatively, some alterations to add more women's events or changes that would include those. And whilst this is all speculative, it doesn't come without merit when you look at everything that's been going on. Now, this Women's Revolution pack includes a wrestler from SummerSlam 17 to WrestleMania 34. Now, I thought originally if this was going to be about a new tier, then, which is still likely to happen, it would have included 2 females from SummerSlam 17 to WrestleMania 34. which is like the daily single and the daily deal and the daily double, which are those 2 packs that give you credits back and stuff. But the fact this includes 3 females, going up from 2 of them for Ultra Rare to SummerSlam 17 to 1 to SummerSlam 17, from SummerSlam 17 to WrestleMania 34, tends to tell me that maybe we're getting something female orientated. And my first big guess, before we get ourselves our Team Road to Glory reward, which just happens to involve that Sasha Banks WrestleMania 34 card, which is part of this discussion, is Money in the Bank. And a full female deck Money in the Bank, like a little spin-off. So every other Money in the Bank cycle, we end up with a female orientated where you only use female cards. Now this would be a big shake-up and would also ruffle a lot of feathers in the community, as well as for anyone playing the game, because not many people keep that many female superstars, because you only need 4 for Road to Glory, you only need 2 for War and Wild mode. You know, it was one of the biggest changes I thought was that was going to come in for Season 5 or whatever the next game of SuperCard is, that they would actually include a 3rd female in Wild and Exhibition, or, you know, War, whatever you want to call it, for future events, and include more females in things like Road to Glory, etc. Which would make a hell of a lot of sense given that WWE are going that direction as well. But just imagine if they did a full female Money in the Bank match for the game, which, you know, it's one of the biggest matches on the card for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe we're going to get a Money in the Bank update, which includes a big Money in the Bank game mode update, which will add the ability to have yourself a women's Money in the Bank match. Which comes on to my next point, and that's also going to be talking about the rewards for Money in the Bank. Now, there's a lot of speculation going on. I know that I might have started all that with my theories, etc., about there being potentially a brand new tier, but a lot of people are now prophesizing that that's going to happen, and we'll find out in the next week or 2. We'll probably have the event card announced tomorrow, and then we'll have potentially a flash event next week, maybe a new tier at some point soon, or it might even be later than this, and we might just be waiting for a big update which includes what we're talking about now, or something completely different. This is all just speculation. But what if the rewards for Money in the Bank, which I'm going to show you now, we've got this Carmella for example, what if they did launch a new tier, these rewards get refreshed in 16 days? What a way to start off a brand new tier with brand new Money in the Bank rewards that include a female superstar, because that would be a big change from previous, where they would add Money in the Bank's female maybe, I don't know, a month or 2 into a tier. They could do that like straight away. Yes, for some people that would be a big deal, but just imagine if they did do that and then changed it instead of males to females, so that only those people who got their contracts ready would really have a good chance. Because by changing this all to female, this would cause a lot of people to have a lot of problems, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think it's necessarily going to be Money in the Bank now, but maybe in the future, maybe for next season, they will have it so every cycle it changes from female to male and male to female, so it goes backwards and forwards. The other thing it could be, and this is one of the things I've been talking about, and this might add a little bit of a refreshed look at events, especially in regards to difficulty, is it could change up Road to Glory, which could mean that they have more females included and less males included. They could also go Ring Domination and change that up to an all-female format, because that's never been done before, and Ring Domination currently has no females in it whatsoever, and that could be like a new event as such, which would be interesting, to say the least. I mean, we've already seen the big changes in Royal Rumble, where you've now got a Women's Royal Rumble, and you've got the Elimination Chamber. The other thing I could see, and this is a big definite, I think, at least some point in the near future, is the introduction of a men's Elimination Chamber, because that just has to happen. We've got so many male superstars and we can't use them for 1 week. It's a bit stupid. We've got a male Royal Rumble, but no male Elimination Chamber. So all in all, I think that there is room to add, and I think that given how many women cards and packs and stuff have been thrown at us, it could all be, and I will state this now, it could all be just that they've seen the stats and maybe there's too many people with too little good female cards and they're just throwing cards out just to get people to bite, to open up a couple of packs, to get themselves better female cards, to push them up tiers so that more of them are in a new tier or are in WrestleMania 34 tier, whereas everyone else is in the next one. Who knows at this point? It just seems very odd that they're doing it so as aggressively as they are. And like I always say, where SuperCard has smoke, there is always fire somewhere. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Could it be a brand new event that is completely all female orientated to take over from LMS? Maybe it was supposed to be the 4th event, but it ended up being the 3rd event. I mean, I couldn't see that happening, but with LMS being cancelled or being removed, taken off of the shelf for the time being, there could be a big gap there which could be used up. So let's go talk about female events. Let's talk about Road to Glory. We have got ourselves Sasha Banks. We've got Aleister Black, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, Asuka, Finn Balor, and Sami Zayn already obtained, claimed, whatever you want to call it. And now we've got to get ourselves Eric Young. And it seems like this theme is NXT champions who have come up to the main roster. See, that's where it actually, no, that's where it breaks down, because everyone is a champion apart from Eric Young. They could just be NXT. I've been thinking to myself, yeah, this is great explanation. You could say he won the NXT tag titles with Sanity, but it was all good until we got up to that point. So now I don't know what the hell it is. It's almost like they're throwing this in there on purpose. But there is Eric Young. I remember myself like a complete fool. And we've got him done. So, next one is this WrestleMania 34 Sasha Banks. I did work a little bit hard to get this done. I did more points than I normally do in Team Road to Glory. I'm personally not a fan of this game mode. I'm not going to lie to you. But huge shout to Flame Wiley, Zach as well, who actually joined as part of a giveaway a few weeks ago. And he's still here because he's still banging out points. ARS 11. Might be Arse 11, but I don't know. Pausa, TSK, Wayne, me, Gil. Does that say owner or freeloader? Is that Kurt Angle's theme in the background? Freeload. 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 Hopefully he knows I'm joking, because I have done 0 points in events many times. I've been too busy to play or because I've been away. So, a little bit of banter. Anyway, Sasha Banks. WrestleMania 34. Female card. It's not a pro, it's a single, but it's a good one. Very happy with that. And if you got yourself any of the cards in the put them in the comment section below, because I definitely want to know what you got for your event. Did you go for as hard as possible for Sasha Banks? Did you go for Eric Young? Did your team play at all? Have you bought any of these Women's Revolution packs? Let me know in the comments section below. So let's lock in at that Sasha Banks. Check out a couple of the images on her. If it's a pro for you, definitely let me know in the comment section. That looks really good, actually, the NXT Women's Championship on her. We've got the old school WrestleMania image. This one from Survivor tier looks fire as hell. Got the Women's Championship one. Doesn't look bad. And you've also got yourself Owing version. You got yourself the WrestleMania. That looks good. I like that. You know, I'm going to use the WrestleMania 33. In fact, the WrestleMania 33 tier as a whole are some of my most favorite images on it. We've got this one as well, which is the... So solved. I'm sorry. I have to go with the Zombie Slayer, Sasha Banks. That just looks... That looks boss. Excuse the pun. Let's trade away all these cards. Sorry, Eric Young, but you're not useful to me at the moment. But there we go. Sweet as. So yeah, let me know what you thought about this Women's Revolution based video. No, it's definitely potentially a myth. It may not end up being absolutely nothing. It might just be to get people up a new tier. But there is every possibility that this could be linking or leading to a women's Money in the Bank. Alternatively, a women's event, all women's event, and potentially some changes going forward. That's been it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video if you like what you saw off top of that Titantron with that leg drop. Maybe even do a 5 knuckle shuffle or something off the top. And also don't forget whilst you're there to subscribe to the channel, big red button, and turn notifications on. I've been SuperZombGBBQ though, and you have been awesome! One last thing, and that is to Zombie!
I am a man at war, and I am fighting for all of the broken people, all of the people thrown overboard. They always try to shame us, but they don't speak the language. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born